What happens when an entire city deliberately wipes itself off the map? Imagine waking up one morning and finding that your city, your home, has been erased, not physically, but from history itself. No records, no mentions, no trace. It's not just a thought experiment. It actually happened. Our story begins in the shadows of the Cold War. In the Soviet Union, secrecy wasn't just a policy, it was a way of life. And nowhere was this more evident than in the creation of so-called closed cities. These weren't small towns or remote villages. They were bustling urban centers, home to thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of people, built for one purpose, to serve the needs of the state's most secret projects. Take the city of Arzamas 16, now known as Sarev. For decades, it was wiped clean from maps. There were no signs, no official records, no mention in travel guides. To outsiders, it didn't exist. But behind the barbed wire and guarded gates, it was alive. Scientists, engineers, families all living in a parallel universe, constrained by silence and secrecy. The goal was clear: keep the world from knowing what happened inside. Nuclear research, weapons development, and more were the lifeblood of this city. Its existence was so secret that even relatives outside could barely learn anything about the lives led within. Letters were censored, phone calls monitored, even the city's name was a coded number. Arzamas 16 was not just hidden. It was purposefully made invisible. Maps printed for official use simply showed a blank space or omitted the city entirely. Sometimes, a nearby forest or lake was drawn in its place. For generations, this meant that residents lived in a kind of limbo, their home a ghost in the nation's geography. It was as if the city itself was a state secret. Even today, remnants of this erasure linger. While Sarev is no longer completely secret, access remains restricted. The legacy of being wiped from history hasn't faded entirely. Families still recall stories of growing up in a place no one else could visit, where every entrance and exit was permission-based, and where the outside world knew nothing of their daily lives. But Arzamas 16 wasn't alone. Across the world, cities have vanished from maps for reasons ranging from military secrecy to political strife. Some were erased after wars, others for scientific research, and a few just to keep prying eyes away. The fascinating part is how these places, while invisible to outsiders, shape the course of history behind closed doors. When a city erases itself from history, it challenges our understanding of truth, memory, and power. It's a reminder that what we see on a map isn't always the whole story. Sometimes, the most significant events happen in places that officially don't exist. So next time you look at a map and see an empty space, remember, it might be more than just blank land. It could be a vanished city, a secret story, a chapter waiting to be uncovered. Follow Lorelight for more stories worth knowing.